Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to our Orpheus stream, which I know everybody waits all Monday for. Thank you for joining us this evening. My name is Evan Blade of Revan. I am going to be our game master for tonight. Joining me are my illustrious players. Let's start up there in the corner with the lovely Skittish Cat.
Good evening, Internet. I'm Skittish Cat, and I shall be portraying Mary Kathleen O'Brien.
And then moving down there, next on the list, Dahlia.
Hi everybody, I'm Black Dahlia 42 and I will be playing Cassidy.
Awesome. And then just below her, Iredell.
I'm Iredell Bastion, and I'll be playing Morgan.
Alright, and last but nowhere near least,
I'm Warfox. I'll be playing Lee Blaylock.
Awesome. That's everyone. Fortunately, we have one other player who will not be joining us this evening, because work is a bitch. So, who remembers what happened 2 weeks ago?
When we last left our heroes on Orpheus, they went to investigate. They burnt down Orpheus building, where they have seen a murder of crows. I think it was crows. May have been ravens. Don't quote me on that one. Specters of gigantic proportions of, dear God, please don't kill me. They have learned that some of their previous allies may have survived the fire. Following up this information, they went to the hospital. At the hospital, they learned that their asset in, guys, what's the name of the other company that was pushing the drugs?
Squib.
That Squib, we're just going with Squib. The whole of their person lost their name. Mole has survived has survived the fire and is in the burn unit. And that some random maintenance guy survived as well. They went back home, and now they bought the groceries and are now debating what to do with their lives/unlives. Oh, we blackmailed Sinclair by, naked bodies in the Cradle is the name of the thing, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure I would consider that one blackmail.
I mean, Mary Kathleen asked him not to touch her, so...
Blackmail. Tasty, tasty blackmail.
Tasty, tasty blackmail.
And now you will excuse Skittish for 5 seconds as she goes yells at her dogs.
Fair enough. Alright. Thank you for that marvelous recap there, Skittish. So, it is now, you guys have come back from the hospital. You have blackmailed your lovely landlord. I apparently cannot talk today. Obviously I need more beer. So, what do you do from here?
I bring the groceries in and unload the groceries.
Are you manifesting to do so?
I assume I just got out of the car, so I would still be manifested.
When the scene ends, your manifestation ends.
And we crash because no one is driving the car. I will remanifest for the purposes of getting us back and getting the cart unloaded.
Okay. Who all went on the grocery run? Was it just our dead people?
The living dead people.
It was only the dead people because they're the only ones currently not hunted by the FBI.
Fair enough.
Cassidy, however, makes no move to assist with bringing in the groceries. My job is done. I went and bought them. I'm going inside.
Okay. Cassidy walks inside. She finds her compatriots doing...
I am in the kitchen and pouring myself a glass of whiskey.
I want to say Sinclair, but I don't think we're to that point yet.
Probably not. Sinclair is down in the basement. He is poring over notes and going through books. These look to be pharmaceutical books.
I'm going to be pouring myself into the Book of the Masks and trying to translate dead languages to more recently dead languages to possibly living languages.
Okay.
We're doing a lot of pouring.
Yes. Cassidy, you arrive to see all of the people here are pouring, except for Guy, who has gone and passed out.
He poured himself into bed.
He poured himself a drink and then was tired of our nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
He was late tired, so went to bed.
So what do you do?
Okay, Cassidy is gonna manifest and pour herself a drink.
What are you drinking?
What alcohol did we say was available? Didn't we purchase some?
You have
I've got
plot. You have plot alcohol.
Sinclair had a well-stocked bar.
Cassidy's gonna whip out her bartender skills and make herself an amaretto stone sour.
Okay.
And be a classy bitch.
What all is in that?
It's literally sour mix, amaretto, and orange juice.
Alright. So I guess the orange juice is where the stone comes from. Alright, so everybody except for Lee has poured themselves a drink. Well, no, Mary Kathleen has poured herself a book of ancient knowledge. Mary Kathleen, roll me intelligence academics.
Can I change academics for linguistics?
Yes, you can. Difficulty 8. This is going to be the first in an extended roll. I will tell you when you get enough, successes. Each roll is going to be 1 day worth of research. Because you're having to do a whole bunch of translating. Decent amount. You made some decent work on it. You figured out how to walk it through. You're having to walk this language through ancient Sumerian, which is less walk and more stumble. Stumble, fall, stumble.
Hit your head on a little bit of Sanskrit.
But that represents a day's worth of work.
Oh, should I not continue rolling?
Don't continue rolling, because that's like, each day this is what you're getting done. And I'll tell you when you get enough successes to actually have translated it.
Okie dokie.
But you've made a pretty good amount of headway. For everybody else, through the hive mind, you're getting a lot of the stuff that... It's almost like kind of a backwards interference as she is doing all of this. Imagine somebody literally walking behind you and just babbling incoherently. That's what you're getting as she's doing all of this.
Oh, I'm sure the library is a huge mess from notes and, papers just thrown everywhere.
Yep. So, as she's working, let's see, what time would you have gotten back? Did you go through to get the groceries during the day, or did you go at night?
If I remember correctly, it was evening, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I want to say it was like semi-early evening?
Okay. By the time you get back, after wandering through, because you had to drive around and avoid Spectre patrols and all that kind of stuff, you eventually make it back as you're unloading. It's close to midnight. As you're all doing your various things here at the house, you see Sinclair kind of come up out of the basement. He's still limping a little bit, but you can tell that he doesn't really need the cane anymore. He is healing, but he's got it just because it feels, from what you can tell, he looks like he's just getting better. He's just using the cane because it's easier. You see him come up to the kitchen, and he turns on a radio and he leaves it at a static channel and sets it aside. He then goes over to the liquor cabinet and is like, "Alright, who's been drinking my whiskey and amaretto?"
I've been dipping into the whiskey.
Alright, who's been drinking the amaretto?
Too busy in languages that aren't English.
Cassie doesn't say shit. She sips her drink and walks away.
Lee? Was it you?
No,
Do you have a
I
sweet
would have.
spot for amaretto?
No, my taste is more the straight whiskey, and I haven't been drinking lately. It doesn't really do much.
Well, still, you get a nice taste. He pours himself a drink, and he walks back over to the radio and leans it back up against the counter. All of you then hear the radio. It's normal background static, but then you start hearing, "Hello to all you spooks out there. It's Radio Free Deaths. Coming through. Bite all the... Keep your heads down. Specters are all over the place. National parks seem to be something. Kids are all over the place. Keep your heads down. This is Radio Free Death. Signing off." And it fades off.
Okay, I know kids can be assholes, but like, why are we worried about there being a lot of them? I thought that was pretty common.
I don't know, to be perfectly honest. I just
There
said
any
keep track of
are
it.
there any news reports about the local national parks or anything that might help explain that one?
Well, I haven't been watching too much of the news, but there's a newspaper sitting over there if you want to take a look at it.
Unless it's on the front page, I just kind of glare at the newspaper.
The front page is mostly talking about the Orpheus incident. There's not a lot of other stuff going on. But that's like a big splash of the destroyed building, experts still baffled at Orpheus incident, and then it has this it's very yellow journalism. A lot of different things showing up all over the place. It's just all Orpheus all the time.
I'll open it up and look for anything park related.
Okay. Flipping through, there's a news story that's on the third page that's talking about how there's been a lot of recent disappearings of children in the Eagle Pass National Park that is north of town.
That would explain why they're worried about children.
Like, kids have been disappearing. They're not finding any animal tracks. They're not finding any indication as to something bad happened to the kids. They're just showing that kids are literally just kind of, they seem to be wandering away from parents and just getting lost in the wilderness.
Well, technically, we don't currently have an employer since it's a crater in the ground. I think this would be something they would want us to check out. Anyone bored enough to go for a bit of a ride?
I have to walk this from ancient Sumerian into some form of language that isn't ancient anymore.
You can take a break.
Take a break before it breaks you, or all of us.
Or I could stay here and start researching maybe folklores. Maybe this is something that's happened before.
we should research first and then go explore.
That sounds like a good idea.
Okay. What are you researching?
If there's been any, like, besides right now, if, several years ago, bunch of kids went missing.
Okay. Roll. How are you doing the research? Computer? Are you looking at the library? Like, what are you doing?
Probably looking through the internet at previous news. I'm not doing anything. I'm making this suggestion because Mary Kathleen is too busy researching.
Okay.
Someone who is more of the super sleuth, you do that. I will be over here with my wonderful books.
Anything I might remember from my living days or random trivia of the area?
You have Trivia Master, correct?
Yep.
You know that area is kind of famous, is not the correct term, but it is kind of well known around town as being a place where weird shit happens. Strange lights, weird noises, people seeing things, like, at the time there were some people who claimed that they saw a Wendigo in that area, but that was a long time ago. There has never really been a report of children missing as far as you're aware of, but, like, that's what you remember. As far as actual, like, news reports, you don't know because you haven't done the research.
Can I go ahead and search the internet for anything?
Sure. Roll me intelligence computer.
What's the toughness?
Difficulty 6. Nice. Going through your research, there has not been very much as far as, like, people who are actively, like, there are no mass child disappearances. There have been a few small disappearances here and there over the years. But there's never been, like, a rash of kidnappings or anything like that in the area. But every once in a while, people are known to wander off into the area and just kind of disappear.
Can I use my occult roll for anything regarding, like, Wendigos?
Yeah, intelligence occult. Difficulty 6.
With my knowledge of local trivia, would I be able to assist her as she tries to look for things, like offering suggestions?
Sure. Roll. Do you have any occult or folklore knowledge?
I have enigmas.
Yes, you could roll me an intelligence enigma, difficulty 8.
Can I help with the whole, this was my college
I thought
degree?
you were researching ancient Sumerian stuff.
I am researching ancient Sumerian stuff. I gotta earn those 4 successes.
So, okay, if you want, you may roll to assist. Difficulty 8.
What am I rolling to what am I rolling to assist?
Occult.
And you said mine was intelligence?
Occult. Yeah, intelligence occult.
Do we get a bonus for the library?
Yes. So lower your difficulty by 1.
Both of us or just her?
Depends. How are you assisting her? Like, are you just trying to remember, or are you actively, like, pouring through books?
since it's hard for me to flip pages without, a body. I go off memory, local lore, trivia, things like that.
Okay, then you will not get a bonus for that. All right, so Morgan, you get an extra 5 dice.
Is it difficulty 8 now?
You will be at difficulty 6. They're at difficulty 8 to assist you. Okay, so 3 successes. There have been reports for a long time that the area that is Eagle Pass National Park is a place that is renowned for strange sightings, and the reason that a lot of people say it isn't renowned for those sightings is because it is a sacred area for the local Indian tribe. The tribe is where the Garwis. They are known to. They frequented the area. They would stop in the area for long periods of time. They are also known to have moots in that area. Well, what we would refer to as moots, more like just massive gatherings. It was considered a sacred space.
I'll relay it through the mind thing.
Okay.
Great. So apparently kids that are going like poltergeist style, is that what's happening?
It might be something Indian related.
They prefer to be called Native Americans.
According to the news reports, it's random children disappearing Pied Piper style. And when I say children, I mean anybody under the age of 10 or 12.
So we can't just bring MK along and hope she gets taken?
I mean,
Excuse me? Excuse me? No coffee
Your excuse.
for you.
Go back to your work.
Okay, no more coffee, more whiskey.
No one respects me. I get very little respect out of these people. I work very hard.
Back to your coffee and books, woman.
I go back to muttering to myself while researching these books, rotten people, no respect, don't understand everything I do.
No respect, I tell you.
Well, do we want to go check it out? Tomorrow?
Or tonight. Either way.
Are they open at night? The park, I mean.
I have to go dye my hair.
That's right. You guys have makeup and shit to do. You should probably go do that.
You got me blonde.
You told me to.
She ordered what was...
Blonde!
You told me to.
Dahlia looks, insulted. I mean...
I'm not blonde.
Just the look on your face was just like, excuse me.
What color did MK get?
Does anybody remember?
She got a nice reddish brown.
MK's hair already red?
More of a brown, but she tried to keep it as close to red as possible.
So I'm still manifested, right?
Yes, the scene has not changed.
Great. Cassidy takes the hair dye from MK and hands it over and hands her the blonde dye. And then gives Morgan the reddish brown.
I don't want to be blonde.
Yeah?
It's okay. Now you get to have an Orpheus-style makeover. Go have fun. And I'm gonna go
I already have
manifest.
that! She made me wear high heels!
Yeah, and the point of the hair dye is to not be recognized, meaning as far from your natural as possible.
So shouldn't I
For
have like
her-
purple?
Okay, but without standing out too much. So for her, that's literally any color. For you, it's definitely not reddish brown.
We could mix a little of it with the color, the two colors.
Please don't mix box dyes.
You can't do
Ever.
that.
Please, just both of you, separate bathrooms, stay away from each other.
I'm gonna end up dying.
I got this petroleum jelly. I didn't know if you needed it for something else, Cassidy.
At that point, Sinclair looks up. Why does she need petroleum jelly? She's dead.
I grab the box of red brown and I go into a bathroom.
You eat this, it helps keep the dye off your skin. The internet said so.
Cassidy,
By the
you may
way,
want to go
just so
help
you guys
them.
know, that's true. It keeps the dye off your skin.
Good to know. Skittish,
No.
looking out for everybody.
I'll come back, grab the jelly, walk right back into the bathroom.
No, how can I be useful? I'm just dead, remember, guys? I'm gonna go watch some news.
So, at that point, Sinclair looks at Harrison and says, "Was it something I said?" And if a dog could have complex thoughts through facial expressions, everybody would see a facial expression on Harrison's face that says, maybe it's everything you said. And then he walks over to Cassidy.
Well, at least you won the dog's affection.
Whoopee.
Oh, and hair scissors, because I asked for that. I ordered those. Cassidy, how do I cut hair without looking like an idiot?
By cutting somebody else's, not your own.
Morgan, come here!
I'm chuckling to myself while I'm watching the news.
Well, I'm going back to work, says Sinclair, and he goes back downstairs.
Hey Sinclair, you need any help? It might be safer than being up here right now.
Close. Click.
Damn.
Bunch of internet videos, how to cut things.
I'll go help her cut her hair and hope, it doesn't look terrible.
What are you talking about? I'm cutting yours. We have to change our identity.
Oh, hell.
That's just
That
just typifies all of Morgan right there. Oh hell!
Hey Cassidy, I just figured out something. Guy needs to change his appearance too. Looking at the last pile of stuff, who's gonna wake him up to make him change?
Who says he needs to wake up?
Fair enough.
Guys,
So-
we cannot mess with Crow's character while
was gonna
Crow
say-
is not here.
Yeah, I know.
Consensual roleplay. He needs to be here for that to happen.
He looks enough like a hobo. We could just dress him in some other hobo clothes and he'll be fine.
I'm gonna manifest enough to take his pile of stuff and put them outside his door with a little note that just says, "Guy's new look."
Fair enough.
Cassidy is going to casually slip one of the girls' underwears into the pile just for the amusement of it. I'm stealing one of your guys' underwear to put in there.
Whose?
I don't care. I'm picking the laciest pair. I'm going to assume not Mary Kathleen. Actually, you know what? No, I want to believe Mary Kathleen secretly has like a huge drawer of black lace panties.
Oh, hell yeah. Anyway, dirty
She may, but it's buried in the
Here's the
crater that
question.
is Orpheus.
I was gonna say, here's the question: how are you gonna get them? Because they're either at Orpheus or her old dorm room.
It's part of the order that we placed to Walmart was new clothes.
Okay. And Mary Kathleen got lacy panties.
I really
She's got someone. Look, I have new goals. I got new goals. I can't graduate college anymore, so I might as well be a slut. I'm opening the doors to Satan.
Okay. We're gonna put that into quotes too.
Cassidy, you have an apprentice.
Okay, Mary Kathleen, what is your character's last name?
O'Brien.
O'Brien, okay. Just making sure I remembered.
Do we need to, like, roll to see how bad these haircuts are?
Yes. I want you guys to roll me, Dex Crafts.
The funny thing
that
is, I think I would be the best at actually doing this.
that awkward moment when both girls realize they have no stats in crafts.
I got 6.
6 successes or 6? Oh, okay.
I got 3, so you may not look that hot.
I feel a little
2.
upset now because I got 5 for you.
Okay,
I
so
want to carry over some for me.
Morgan's got a great new do. Mary Kathleen.
Can I roll to fix mine?
Yes, at difficulty 8.
Because bear in mind, you're missing quite a bit of hair now.
You look like a pixie cut.
Uno momento, I'm going to check what my backgrounds do, because I know Destiny and Reincarnation do something for my test pools.
Yeah, that's true.
And in case you're wondering, yes, Skittish is vain enough that she will burn backgrounds to make sure that her character doesn't look like shit.
What pride and vanity are sins, MK.
And I'll do a bunch of Hail Marys.
DC right there with those clips.
Anyone know what page backgrounds are on?
Oh shit, you had to ask me that question.
182.
With the save.
I take notes.
So who's still upstairs watching the news?
Me?
As you're flipping through channels, you come to a local news post. 1 second.
I'm going to use Destiny. I'm going to burn a point of Destiny to re-roll
Okay.
one of my dice. I just look like shit.
You've got a pixie cut. It looks okay.
I am so, by the way, because we feel each other's emotions, I am very upset at Morgan right now because she looked damn good and I worked real hard to make her look damn good. And it's like, yeah, this is what I came out with, guys.
I am so sorry.
As this is happening, those of you who are watching the news, you see a small report come up on the local news. And to add to the tragedy in our town this week, there has been police are yet again being called in for another situation. It appears there has been a home invasion and abduction at the O'Brien residence. Neighbors called in last night to report that the individuals there was some noise at the location, shots fired. When police arrived, no one was present. Our hearts and minds and thoughts go out to the O'Brien residents, and we hope that this can be resolved quickly.
Do we know an O'Brien? Yeah, that's MK. Wow, brain's fried. Wow, brain is so fried. Morgan, correct?
Walks away.
That would be MK.
Walks to her room. I got this shitty haircut. There was a shooting at my house. Like,
no, not just shooting. There was a shooting, a home invasion, and everyone's gone.
Dude, that guy must have had a lot of bullets.
Way to rub salt in the wound, Lee.
We have salt? I don't remember that on the shopping list.
You oblivious motherfucker!
Hey Lee, you know how there's those times when it might be best to, like, stop talking? This might be socially considered one of those.
MK, are you okay?
I walk to my room, I close the door, and I lock it.
Through the mind thing. Are you okay?
Can't shut that out.
Leave me alone.
Cassidy, you up for another field trip? We could probably go look at it without much interference.
Sure. It can't be any worse than the awkwardness of this house all of a sudden. Yeah.
Yep. I'm gonna go take my car to go check out what we can find at that residence.
Morgan, what are you going to do? I see Iredell laughing, but I don't hear her.
I'm laughing at him for getting the names.
That was a complete player brain fart that just kind of rolled over.
Yeah, that's fair. Roll with it.
Right into the wall.
Is my hair already dyed?
At this point, the die has yet to set.
Alright, I guess I get to stay home.
Okay.
Plus, doesn't Morgan have black hair? Girl, we're gonna be at this for a bit.
Just a bit, yeah.
She's impatient.
So, driving through town, you actually noted, the two of you, I assume, are both going. Driving through town, you notice a lot of the Spectre patrols seem to have kind of dropped off a bit. There don't appear to be a lot moving around. When you get to the location, you see it's in a nice little neighborhood. Not a lot of people are there, not a lot of people are doing anything. There's a house that is taped off as a crime scene. There are a couple of police officers out front. There is no news. Like, there's no news trucks, there's nothing like that, because they've already made the reports. And the street is, for the most part, deserted and very quiet.
Let's go inside and see what we can see. Are there any open doors or windows or any access point?
The front door is open. You can see that the front door has been forcefully opened and can't close again. There's an actual blast pattern on the doorknob. It wouldn't be hard if both of you team manifested to get in. You managed to get past the police with very little problem. You walk in, and you see a very nice house, or what was a very nice house, it looks like a war zone. Lots of bullet holes, drag marks, stuff's broken. This is definitely a forceful entry. And then you see, dominating on one wall, "I have them." This is written in blood. "I have them. Wait for instructions."
Fuck.
All of you are seeing this through your mental link.
Walk out, walk to the bar. I don't know much about alcohol. I pick the most, this is gonna fuck me up the most, and I walk back to the room. Probably the whiskey or the scotch. That's what Lee drinks, and Lee seems to be all about getting himself fucked up real fast.
On most days. Well, if they have them, that means they're still alive. We just gotta see what's gonna happen.
That feels so passive for something like this.
Well, there is nothing that we can do right now until they contact us. And then we can unleash hell.
And definitely more straightforward and open than most of the things we've run into.
I mean, Liam Neeson took fucking action in 3 goddamn films over this kind of thing. There's nothing we can do.
Quick question,
Quick answer.
because I can see through their eyes and stuff.
Yeah.
Is my family dead? Like, there are dead bodies everywhere.
No, there aren't bodies. There are
Okay.
no bodies.
So there's blood on the wall. Through them, can I see if there's any like blood on the floor?
There is a little blood on the floor from where it's run down. There are signs of blood splashes as though somebody got wounded. But there are not any. There are signs of combat, but no bodies, and no apparent like drag marks or just splotches.
Don't know if I would be able to see this from the splatter or not. Could I tell if it was a slash, like with the splatter?
Roll me intelligence investigation.
Would I
No.
be able to?
Keep in mind, you guys can those of you who aren't there can always be like, "Wait, turn your head, look back at this." Like, they're cameras.
6 difficulty?
Yes. You don't see any slashes. What you mostly see are splatters as though somebody was trying to wound someone. Not, like, with a bullet. Not trying to slash them.
More along the lines of home invasion gun.
Would I be able to tell from hanging around with bikers in the rough crew? Does this look more like biker gang break in and cause chaos to get something done, or like cleaner, more professional, something you would do?
Roll a wits. Wits investigation. We'll say wits investigation because you're trying to divine what you can from the situation.
Difficulty?
7. It's kind of hard to tell. There are a lot of factors involved here. It looks like a smash and grab.
From what Morgan has heard of, oh shoot, what is it called? Of Next World.
Mm-hmm.
Would this be something that they would do?
It might be, but again, it's hard to tell. Like, it's one of those things where unless you can specifically figure out who did this, then you wouldn't really be able to tell. It looks like somebody broke in, smash and grab. Like, the MO of what you're seeing looks like somebody came in, tried to steal something, and then smashed everything.
The easiest way to see who did it would be for MK to look back on it, but I know right now that's not something we can really put her through.
I'm gonna head back out front. The yard, does it look like they drove something up on the yard, in the street, driveway?
Nope.
Okay.
It looks like if they pulled up, if they were driving something, they probably did it from the street. There are no tire marks, there's no peel out marks, there's nothing.
I'm gonna start. I stayed in the house. I'm gonna walk around kind of through the bedrooms, even though I know Mary Kathleen is drinking. I'm hoping she might see something and be inclined to tell me if it looks like something's actually missing.
Is there any kind of clue in MK's room?
Which room is MK's room?
That's a good question.
Might be kind of hard to tell with everything smashed.
Once you move into the back bedrooms, you see a lot of the place isn't really smashed that much at this point. It looks like maybe some stuff is disturbed. As you go back into what looks like a master bedroom, you see. I'm making some gross overgeneralizations about MK's parents here. You see what looks like a small safe has been opened, opened in a hurry. Some coins and dollars have been strewn about. MK, if you're paying attention, this is where your dad kept the gun. It is missing. The only thing of note really in this entire area that you see is there looks to be a dresser, and one of the photographs looks like somebody put it face down, like on the top of the dresser.
Like face down neatly, or like it fell over?
Like face down neatly.
I'm gonna pick back up the picture.
It's a picture of MK, and you would recognize, Mary Kathleen, you would recognize this is the picture that they took on move-in day. When you moved into college.
Hey, look at this really nice bottle of scotch I got right here.
Would anyone care if a make sure was... I'm sorry. MK, I know you're drinking, and it makes sense that you'd be drinking, but I'm starting to be very confused by...
They didn't do that.
How do you know it wasn't them?
Because my parents think I'm dead.
I'm just gonna go look in some other rooms now.
Okay. The other room's relatively untouched. So, Mary Kathleen, I should say Skittish, describe Mary Kathleen's room.
Everything has a place. It is all neatly organized. There's family pictures all together, strewed about, nicely and orderly. There's, the 3 brothers, the 2 older sisters, the little brother. They're all mixed nicely. Anyone who would be paying attention would notice that the manifestation of Mary Kathleen looks exactly identical to her older sister. There's books of different occult stuff. There's, the Bible and several different versions of the Bible. There's some really pretty, Celtic crosses up in the room, but they're throughout the house as well.
Mary Kathleen, you do notice there are some gaps in your library. Like somebody has been taking out your books. Knowing you, you know exactly what those books are. Those books are some of your more unacceptable occult volumes.
So, just so everyone knows, because I really want everyone to understand exactly where my character's at, besides being super drunk, throughout the web.
That was really cute. Really quick.
Huh?
Suddenly super drunk.
Suddenly super drunk, because, well, Mary Kathleen doesn't drink. So let's be super real. Skittish barely drinks. After 2 drinks, Skittish is pretty drunk. Mary Kathleen will be praying, which there's actually a prayer that Skittish found just for this moment.
Yay!
So, drunken, upset, Lord, I pray you emotionally, physically, and spiritually protect over your sheep. Keep evil from them and help them trust you as their refuge and their strength. I pray you will guide their minds from harmful instructions and grant them the ability to recognize the truth. I pray that you will make them strong and courageous in the presence of danger, recognizing that you have overcome and will set all right, injustice and wrong one day. Help them to find rest in your shadow as they live in the spiritual shelter you provide for them. Let them know that the only safe place is Jesus and that home on earth is only temporary. This is in a loop. It gets a little more slurred as she's drinking, but...
Are you saying it out loud or just in your head?
Both.
Okay. You feel a warmth, not just from the alcohol, but just a warmth kind of flowing into you and around you. All of you can feel this as well, specifically with Mary Kathleen.
With Streetwise and my background, would I be able to know if there are any local groups that would specialize in something like this?
Most of the local groups in College Station. Most of the local groups in the city, this would be not something that they would be more into. A big tip-off is the fact that there is some valuable stuff that you're beginning to find that was left behind. If somebody was coming in to try and get money for something, they left a lot of stuff.
Well, I guess we wait now.
Cassidy officially feels uncomfortable and just gives up. She's turning and walking out.
I'm already waiting in the car.
Okay. Where do you go?
At this point, back to the house to figure out what our next steps are going to be.
Okay. Show up back at the house. I assume Mary Kathleen is more drunk. You're at the house.
Here's a question. The message thing said for us to... Cassidy's saying this out loud. Told us to wait for their instructions. How are they expecting to contact us exactly? Because, I mean, I don't know about you guys.
Well, if they knew where her parents are, they probably know where we are now. So my thought is, be ready. There's nothing really else we can do right now until they give us instructions.
We can sit tight and wait for the instructions that will come at some point. Or would a distraction help and continue looking into this evil past issue as we wait for instructions since we're at an impasse?
I mean, I don't know about you guys. I need something to do because I'm not just going to sit here.
While I'm waiting,
Moves the rosary closer to Cassidy.
While I'm waiting for the hair dye to set and drinking, I'm going to go clean my shotgun and reload it.
Okay.
I'm scooching back away from the rosary.
You hear
I'm not that desperate for
the basement door opens, and Sinclair walks in. Is it just me, or is it kind of like oppressively heavy in here?
I hate you. I hate when you open your mouth sometimes. Sometimes you open your mouth and the dumbest shit comes out of it. Like, how can someone so smart and so brilliant and so attractive be so stupid? By the way, she is holding the bottle as she's saying all of this.
I just point at MK when he asks that.
Like, what goes through your head? Looks at Harrison. What goes through his head?
I will mouth at him, run. Run for your
Harrison
sanity.
pads up to Mary Kathleen and kind of leans up and puts both of his paws on her leg.
I can understand now why women would only hit on you for the dog. The dog has some sense. Good dog. Nice dog.
Sinclair walks up to you, and he attempts to take the bottle from your hand.
I swear to God, I've never punched someone before, but I will punch you.
Give me the alcohol.
Get fucked.
Give me the alcohol, please.
Get fucked, please.
He looks to the rest of you.
Oh, no,
And
no.
then-
I want to struggle to take a bottle of alcohol from the 90-pound girl.
He just kind of lets it go.
We've done
They're
our
gonna kill
part for this
them.
one.
They're gonna kill them.
Who is they?
I'll go
I
ahead
don't know.
and tell him now that on the news we discovered that MK's family has been kidnapped.
I should have listened to them. They were right. I shouldn't have gone to school for this stupid degree. I shouldn't have taken this stupid internship. And now I'm not even going to graduate and my family's going to die. But you know, maybe I'll be able to get some federal aid through the orphan thing. Nope, I'm too old for that too.
So who is they?
We don't know.
Alright.
The message we got was, we have them, wait for our instructions.
Oh no, you forgot to say it was in blood. Probably one of my brothers or my dad, or God knows my mom doesn't know how to shut up.
Sensing a family resemblance.
I'll go sit next to MK and look at her and tell her, we're gonna do everything to get your family back.
I'm gonna sit as far away from them in the same room as I can, because I am so out of my depth on this one.
Like, we stopped the building from blowing up. Or, you know, like, we got ourselves off of the most wanted list of this city.
MK, I will do everything in my power to help you get your family back. I don't have family anymore. Okay?
Have you
I
tried
am
to
going-
forebode at the location?
I point at MK. We haven't gotten past this stage yet.
Taking another swig. It's impressive. The true blood of the Irish is coming out right now because I'm still up.
We would have to get her sober and coherent before we could even
Or she can
consider that.
project.
You may want to do it drunk, it'll be easier.
When you project, you lose any kind of drunkenness that you might feel.
Yeah, what are the chances that you think you can convince her to willingly do that in this
I'm
moment?
just offering an option. Hell, I mean, if you really, really want to, you can use the cradle. It's just gonna take a while.
If you want to know what happened to them, NK, for sure, that's really our only option at this point.
Fuck it. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're cool. You're okay too. And this is the order of Sinclair, Lee, Morgan, and Cassidy. I love you to the dog. Takes another swig. And I'm pretty sure at this point the bottle's like half empty.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
I go outside and start the car.
Alright. See if you can drunkenly project.
I'll go with them.
You don't have to roll, you can just say that you do or not. As far as projecting is concerned.
No, because it's mostly reaching a point of zen for Mary Kathleen to project. And at this point in time, I am too angry, I am too drunk, I am too belligerent to give a fuck.
Okay.
A single fuck was not given that day.
A single fuck is not given that day.
This is the field in which I lay my fucks. Notice it has been dry and barren.
Yes. Lo, it is bare. Okay.
And I'm going ghost. I'm not ghost.
Sinclair looks at you and is like, really? You gonna pull a Danny Phantom?
Oh, now are we certain that she's making Danny Phantom references? Are we certain that we can't use her for the child snatching thing? Because I mean,
One crazy issue at a time, Cassidy. We'll get to that one eventually.
I'm just saying while we're seeing evidence of the contrary.
Child.
For the record,
snatching
I'm
thing?
with you on that one.
A child
Eagle
snatching
pass.
thing.
You missed a lot.
Something in the national forest that's kidnapping babies.
Children are disappearing in Eagle Pass.
Alright, good to know.
Children are little different distinctions here.
It's a talent for translating drunk.
Let's just go get in the car.
You want to try your ghostiness again there, MK?
I can do this, guys. I can do this. I believe. I believe. I believe. I
Think
believe
you
I'm
are a
falling.
potato. Think you are a potato.
No, and she says, the whole time she's been like standing up trying to do this. I believe I am falling, and then just claps.
Sinclair catches her and puts her in a chair. You can wait until you're sober. In fact, take it from me, projecting the entire way through a hangover is great, because you don't have to feel the hangover.
Sometimes you open your mouth and smart words come out.
I'll go get her a glass of water.
You're so pretty, she says that while petting Harrison.
Maybe throw some Alka-Seltzer in that water just a bit to kind of help it along.
Alright. Come back and give it to her.
I don't know about the rest of you, but this garage scientist is tired. I recommend everybody get some sleep.
My garage scientist petting his face. With such a nice face, your skin is so smooth.
Good night.
Just let it happen.
Sinclair
No.
hobbles up the stairs.
Do we want to take turns watching, drunk MK?
Well, I don't sleep, so
And we're kind of in her head, so...
I think I'm good to just sit here.
Well, I didn't want to just, go sleep and leave you two with her.
We'll wake you if something happens.
Okay.
Start petting Harrison. You're
I go
such a
refill
good
her glass.
dog. You're so sweet. So nice, Harrison. Harrison, why can't everyone be like you?
Okay. I assume MK eventually passes out.
After bawling and, pretty much saying it's all her fault, I shouldn't have taken this job. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. They're all gonna die because of me.
Okay. Any significant reactions from Cass or from Lee while she's bawling and blaming herself?
Oh, Cassidy is just sitting far away with a look of sheer discomfort and horror on her face, waiting for it to stop making sense.
Oh my god, emotion! Ugh!
The one
Lee
person
would be in the opposite corner as Cassidy with a very similar look. It's like, but the peopling, why'd we volunteer for this?
the only person giving comfort right now is Harrison.
Mm-hmm. Because he is Dogue and he is nice.
I mean, let's be
Guys.
honest, the only one qualified for that is Harrison.
It's Harrison.
The caregiver is currently having a meltdown.
And the protector is getting sleep. And the two people who don't people are on drunk duty.
Alright. Okay, so I'm gonna dangerously assume you guys went over to MK's house sometime after midnight. At what point do you guys pass out? Or at what point does MK finally pass out?
Oh, MK probably passes out around 2, in that little hiccupy sobby thing, praying herself to sleep and for guidance. And the love and blessings of the Lord above, because everyone else has forsaken us.
Fair enough. She finally passes out, which means Cassidy and Lee are free.
Thank God we found the mute button.
It's been a day. Everybody get your willpower back. If you have spent one. About 5 or 6 in the morning, Cassidy and Lee, what are you guys doing?
I'm probably gonna shift out to the front porch since there's nothing to do inside and sit to see if anyone comes to deliver a message.
Okay, Cassidy.
Cassidy went through the trouble of words manifesting and is attempting to help with the book, doing nothing, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Cassidy's actually doing nothing. Cassidy
Okay.
is staring blankly at MK's book of weird language with other weird language books nearby, with just a dumb open mouth.
A notepad with doodles on it.
Yeah. There might be a photo of Harrison. There may also be some slight lewd illustrations of Supernatural on the notepad. But otherwise, it is just a blank stare into the book.
Alright.
I regret so many life choices.
You're passed out asleep. This is like 5 a.m.
Okay, but I regret so many life choices.
Life choices, yes. So, Cassidy, roll me a perception alertness, difficulty 6. It's kind of hard to tell, but it's as you're drawing a lewd illustration, you begin to notice something you didn't hear before. It sounds like somebody turned on like an air conditioning system, like a dull roar. But it doesn't. It's like, okay, that dull roar from like an AC, some type of big electronic machine has been turned on. But you'd never noticed it before.
I'm gonna get up and try to find the source of the sound, like try to see where it starts to sound louder.
It sounds very loud coming from the basement.
I am all alone going in a basement. Oh yeah. This is great. I'm so glad I have a body right now. And I go down in the basement.
You go down to... Give me 1 sec as we prepare the next scene. There we go. For those wondering, our art tonight has been donated by the marvelous Skittish Cat with all of her amazing drawings. So you come down the stairs. This is the, you come downstairs to the actual basement where that is the laboratory. For some reason my music decided to cut out. There we go. And It's getting louder. It's not a deafening sound, but it sounds like a machine powering on. You come down to see, to find Sinclair standing at the cradle. He's seeming to try and program it for something. He's not wearing his normal clothes. He's wearing white scrubs. And he's definitely not using his cane.
The fuck do you think you're doing?
He kind of... Ugh! Scared the shit out of me, Cass. He goes back to what he's doing.
Can I scare a fucking answer out of you?
What? I'm just doing some work.
What exactly kind of work is this?
Dry run. Make sure the thing's still working.
Yeah, you don't need you to do it.
I'm the only one who knows how it works, so yeah, I need me to do it.
Yeah, you need you to run the machine, not go in it.
I didn't say I was getting in the machine. Roll a perception, empathy. Lee, roll me a perception alertness. Difficulty 7. Casty got 2. Okay, so Lee, you see a full syringe sitting on the table of some strange liquid. Cassie, you're pretty sure he's lying.
Cassidy, he has a needle on the table, ready for something. You may want to take his druggy stick away.
It's actually exactly what I do. I kind of walk over and pretend like I'm like just being me with touching his chest, and then I reach behind me and I grab the needle off of the table and kind of hold up. You look awfully fucking comfy for someone who's not about to go lay down in that thing.
What do you mean? I have no clue what you're talking about. He does still look hurt.
Emotionally hurt? Or...
No, like physically hurt.
Sinclair, you changed your clothes.
Yeah, sometimes I like to sleep in scrubs.
Where's your cane?
He kind of looks around. I guess I left it upstairs.
So, you just happened to leave the thing that would be in your way laying down in your coffin. And
I don't have a coffin.
it's a coffin. It's about to be if you get inside of it. I suggest you go back up to bed and we can work on this when Mary Kathleen is awake and she's going to use it.
She's a projector. She can just project without it. It's not going to be a challenge now that she's not drunk as hell.
Yeah, well, I think her body should still stay in it.
Why?
For good measure.
You realize it's just going to make it harder to get her out later.
Oh, well. You won't have to worry about that. She can help herself out, and we'll help her out when, you know, we're all back and you're far away from it.
I literally have no clue what you're talking about. I'm doing a dry run to make sure it powers up fine.
I'm gonna say I don't believe you. And I'm gonna do this. I take the needle, still behind my back, so I'm hiding it, and I'm gonna lay in the cradle. Because I'm still manifested and can do stuff for once.
You can do so. Spend the vitality to get to pass through a solid surface to do so. Because it is still closed.
Okay, I will spend the vitality.
Okay. You get in the cradle. Why are you in my machine?
Well, you're doing a dry run. By all means, dry run. I shouldn't be.
Why are you in my machine?
Me being in here shouldn't hinder you if all you're doing is checking if it turns on, and then, going back to bed.
He kind of sighs and goes back over to what he was doing. You see he's working. And then he sits down, and he pulls over a book and starts to make notes.
Cassidy is tapping her foot inside the cradle, glaring at the back of his head.
Okay. He's not moving. He is literally sitting there and making notes. He gets up to write something on the board, and then goes back to what he's doing. Everybody who's awake can see this.
I'm staying out of the standoff. I'm still watching around the front door.
Sinclair, you realize I don't have to leave this thing, right? Like, if you were planning on dry running it, by all means, do your little dry run. If you're planning on just leaving me bored inside of here, I mean, I can find ways to entertain myself. You act like I haven't had to do that for a while.
He kind of slow turns on the stool he's sitting on. What?
If your hope is that I'll get bored and irritated and leave, I'm warning you, I can find ways to entertain myself.
Please don't masturbate in his machine.
Betcha he won't use it for a while if I do.
Oh, wow.
Someone, how do we do the quote thing? That needs to be a quote.
Exclamation point quote, space, add, and then write the quote and who said it, and that's it.
So the two people who would tell her not to are both asleep.
But are having strange dreams about getting strange feelings in a tube. Hang on, give me 1 second, guys.
As Eben checks how far we can push this scene before it becomes Twitch to us.
Wow! Nine dice and he got 1 success.
So pretty, so dumb.
Alright, I'm here. You see him walk up to the machine. He presses a couple of buttons and you hear it power down.
That's a start. I get the fuck to bed.
I've got work to do.
No, you have sleep and recovery to do. Go.
I have really important work to do.
And your work happens, to be better when you've slept.
When was the last time he slept?
That was a very good question. Is Mini Dahlia? Let's see. We have been going for about an hour and a half. Let's go ahead and call a break here real quick, because Your storyteller is shifting around a lot because his back teeth are floating. So he needs to go and take care of that. And we will reconvene back here in about 10 minutes. Alright, guys. We're going to go into our intermission. Hopefully you guys will be here watching as Sinclair comes up with his own witty retort in a second.
Oh, see, now why you gotta ruin it? Why you gotta take it there? Because I mean, if you're into that kind of thing, I've done it before, but it's creepy and it's weird and it's really like it's really a mood killer. Go the fuck to sleep.
Hey, Cass, didn't you get that in the wrong order? Isn't it fucking go to sleep?
Not the order I would prefer for his nightly activities.
Did you say that out loud?
I did. I'm gonna say I mumbled it.
One sec. He kind of stops, turns, and looks at you. What are you talking? What did you say?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Go to bed.
He just turns. He grabs a book, turns, and goes walking back up the stairs.
Cassidy not so casually is watching his butt as he walks.
It's a decent butt. I mean, you know. So you hear Sinclair walk up, and then walk up the stairs, and he shuts the door to his room. Here's the big question. When does MK wake back up?
MK is drunk, and she'll wake up at the appropriate MK drunk moment.
Alright.
She slept in to the glorious hour of 10 o'clock.
Wow.
No rebel here.
So, nothing really happens, unless anybody's doing anything. Nothing else really happens. Please speak up if you are doing any active things. Until MK wakes up.
I genuinely regret that life choice. Lee, how do I make it stop hurt?
Through
aspirin, water, coffee, maybe more whiskey.
So you guys are all feeling
more
the muted
whiskey.
hangover. The muted hangover is coming through the hive mind.
None of the joy of drinking, all the joy of alcohol poisoning, though.
Yes.
This is not fair. I very much disagree with this.
I'm with you on this one, Cass. This is all kinds of the suck and not the fun ways. Alright, we're gonna see. Go find aspirin, make coffee, drink coffee and water.
So usually Mary Kathleen is very quiet in the morning because she tries to respect other people sleeping. None of that. There is like an elephant in the kitchen right now. She is in pain. She is trying to not be intoxicated, but her body's like, no, hold on to the whiskey, my child. We must. It is our precious, our precious.
Cassidy is looking long and hard at that needle that she took and just really wondering what injecting it into Mary Kathleen right now would do.
You give me pigment, and I'd be so mad at you. Through the mind link.
Morgan, when do you wake up? When are you engaging in all of this?
I probably hear the elephant going through the kitchen and wake up.
Mm-hmm. You wake up to a hangover.
Fucking hell, I didn't drink that much!
So now we add yelling and screaming to the hangover that we all have.
Wait, is this? I'm not hungover. I didn't have that much. Is this? Fuck, is this MK's hangover?
Yes.
Stop the voices in my head. I want to get off.
The aspirin and coffee will help with that. And Morgan, can you go help fix the MK? I have issues with, moving shit.
Let me put on pants and I'll go deal with it.
As you are dealing with shit, and there's an elephant in the kitchen, you all notice Harrison staring at the front door.
Turn and look at the front door. I am too tired for this bullshit.
I'm still out on the front porch yelling at people.
I'm sorry, I assumed you would come inside.
Nope.
You see a man wearing a trench coat walk up. He doesn't seem to notice you. Doesn't look like a mail carrier. You're getting a lot of cold emanations and feelings from him.
Hey, Morgan, scratch the coffee, scratch the help, grab the shotgun and wait by the door.
I stop doing the coffee, go grab the gun, stand by the front door with it cocked.
Continue to observe a creepy guy.
He walks up to the mailbox, slides an envelope in, and shuts it, and then walks off.
He walked up to the house. He did not drive up to the house.
Nope, he walked up to the house.
Wait for him, as he comes, and make sure to get a good look at his face so we can, track him later. As soon as he is out of sight, Morgan, there's something in the mailbox.
Once he is gone, Harrison stops being pointer dog at the front door.
I'll uncock the shotgun and go to the mailbox and go back right inside.
Okay. In the mailbox, there is a letter. It says Mary Kathleen O'Brien on the front of it, no address. It is typed up as though typed with a typewriter. There is no postage.
I go give it to Mary.
Does anything feel like a body part in the envelope?
No, it feels like a piece of paper.
Okay, this was very important to ask. I look at it, I look at the coffee, I look at the aspirin. Why is life so hard? And then I open the envelope. Like, purely the most pathetic, the saddest of the sad saps. I am in pain. My family is missing. My degree is in shots, and I have no life goals, and everything's my fault.
Life is hard because it sucks, and then we hit rock bottom, and not everyone bounces.
I continue making her Spectre coffee.
Inside is similar to the envelope. It is a typed letter. Looks like it was typed on a typewriter. It is an address. Just a street address. And then underneath it is one sentence. Bring your crucible. If you come with less than your full crucible, they will die.
Guys, he's comatose.
That does make this difficult.
Like, they know about us, so they must know how many people we have.
They know how many, but do they know exactly who each person is?
I know where your brain's going, and Kate told us not to, and so many other people told us not to.
Not to let him go as a spirit, but nothing said that we're supposed to show up as ghosts.
If anything, it might come off as threatening for the people who aren't ghosts to show up in, their non-meaty forms.
Well, at least the delivery man didn't seem to notice me on the porch watching him.
Yeah, but it's super easy to just ignore someone.
Let's assume they mean everyone and not deviate from that.
The problem is we don't have everyone. If we're gonna bring Hippity Hop, we should probably wants to go. Oh, by the way, all of this is like hangover not nice.
Are we giving him a choice?
Yes, Cassidy, people get choices.
Since when?
They are not all slaves to your succubus ways.
Says Cassidy from still laying inside his cradle, having made a choice for him.
You know what? At this point in time, Mary Kathleen looks at this and she's like, fuck it, it's for my family, and storms upstairs. And pure hangover nonsense.
Okay.
Doesn't bother knocking, just opens the door to Sinclair's room.
Door's locked.
Looks at
Need a
Harrison.
hand.
Harrison, bark.
He just kind of looks at you.
Speak. Speak.
He starts barking.
I just keep doing that. I get Harrison to bark outside of Sinclair's room, while, by the way, I am hungover, but I am full of small Irish woman rage.
Small Irish woman rage.
Does she hear Sinclair getting up, or is he ignoring the issue?
After a little bit, you hear a, "What the fuck is going on out there?"
Open the door. Open sesame. Harrison, speak.
You hear the click of the lock.
Push open the door. At this point in time, the thing that was stopping me on my mission has been removed. So, like, not even caring if Sinclair's behind it, I full on boom.
Okay, you walk into a room. It is Sinclair's bedroom. It looks a little worse for wear. It looks like he's been doing a lot of research recently. So he kind of, "Can I help you?"
Yes, that's why I'm here. If you couldn't help me, why would I be waking you up at 10 o'clock in the morning? By the way, either you need to go to bed earlier or you need to wake up earlier, because what sane person wakes up at 10 o'clock in the morning?
You?
I'm drunk. That doesn't count. Okay, I'm hungover. That doesn't count. All of this is out loud.
Yeah. Okay.
Guy is dead to the world, and I need my full crucible to go save my family. So guess what? You're being voluntold for the job. If Cassidy can order you around, I want a turn.
Whoa. When did we agree we were taking turns with Sinclair?
She looks
Right now!
In which case, I go
All right,
first.
it's gonna take me. Let's see, it's a little after 10 now.
No, you don't get to get into the Tomb of Doom because Kate told me not to let you go. So you get to go in your meat suit like me and Morgan.
So you want me to be completely useless?
Shh, like rubbing again his face. You're not completely useless. You're still pretty.
Yeah, that's a really good way to convince somebody to come help you do something dangerous.
He could argue it was a compliment that she gave him.
Really? Because, let's see, in the list of dangerous shit Sinclair does, get in a tube that, is gonna hurt him more and damage his soul. Oh, I don't know, continue doing experiments with pigment, which will definitely hurt his soul. Do you want me to continue with the list?
Known fugitives live in his house?
He is a known fugitive as well.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. You're on the list, dumbass.
He puts a envelope in your hand. Go read that.
Sure, you read this, and I give him the letter I just got.
Have you even looked up where this is?
I just got it.
Okay.
What would you do if it was your family?
I don't have a family.
Okay, what would
That
you do
explains
if
a lot.
it was your family and it's your fault?
It's not your fault.
Yes, it is, Sinclair. I took this job. Kate found me. I put them in this situation. It is my fault.
As they're arguing, I'm gonna go look up the address.
Let me get dressed.
MK,
Leave?
you should
No, it
stay.
was more of I stopping to think if Mary Kathleen even bothered to get dressed.
I'm assuming she's wearing her night clothes. Or at least
She
what
fell
she passed
asleep on
out
the
in.
couch.
She passed out on the couch,
Okay. She's dressed.
turns and walks out,
Can
and
I
opening the envelope.
stay?
So it's a large envelope. It says DEA, the Department of Drug Enforcement Agency, on the Department of Redundancy Department, on the label. It's actually already been opened and resealed. Opening it, you see a packet of information that appears to be, just skimming over it, it is a deposition filed by Sinclair, and then a response filed after that of basically the director saying, "You're off the list. We are looking into the other names you named. As soon as we do some follow-up, their names will be decided on."
Whose names were in this deposition?
Looking more at it, it's everybody.
So does this, while reading this, does it seem like Sinclair covering his own ass, or,
It seems like he did something that has started the process of clearing everyone's names.
What are the dates on said deposition? After the
Yesterday.
explosion?
Yesterday.
Hey y'all. When was he able to leave to go do that?
I mean, arguably, we may have been otherwise occupied.
We had his car.
No, you had your car.
Right, when we went to MK's house, and MK and Morgan were here. Yep.
Yeah, but MK wasn't exactly. I don't want to say not
functioning, but we'll say
Not functioning.
than 100% functioning.
She was a shit-faced little Irish woman. Get it straight. MK, you should probably go grab a quick shower, coffee, drugs, change. Let's get this over with.
Do all of these things that he just told me to do.
Okay.
You know
Finally,
what?
no arguments.
You know what? You know what, guys? Fuck it. If Sinclair wants to get himself in the Tomb of Doom, I say we let him.
No. I'm gonna say no. And I'm gonna keep pushing that.
He's a grown-ass man. He can make his own grown-ass decisions. I mean, yes, he is currently hippity-hop.
He can make his own grown-ass decisions. Sorry. Lee, the address when you Google it is a farmhouse literally in the middle of nowhere.
Fucking great.
The satellite image shows a 2-story farmhouse. It's a little rundown. There appears to be nobody living there. And a water tower about 100 yards from the house. And then nothing but fields around it.
So, I am not going to make a decision because at this point in time, my judgment has been compromised.
You think?
I could say a lot of things that aren't nice right now, but like the Lord says, turn the other cheek.
At this point, wouldn't the entire Crucible run out of cheeks?
So, we're going to go to the farmhouse. Do the meat people go in their meat suit?
Very good question.
How
Sinclair
long
is
of
still
a-
getting ready.
How long of a ride is it out there?
It's about a 3-hour drive.
Then we take our meat suits.
If we take Sinclair and we force him to go with his meat suit, he is in a lot of danger.
If we let him get in the tube, he's in definite danger, though.
At this point, he seems to be mostly healed up. At which point is it safe to let him use the Tube of Doom?
At this point, Cassidy gets out of the tube with the needle, and oh no, it's dropped, it's broken. Oh, what a shame.
Cassidy, now that you're seeing it broken, it doesn't look like pigment. Because you've had experience with pigment. It does not look like pigment.
Oh fuck, I think I broke something expensive, guys.
That really sucks because Sinclair just went off about, housing fugitives in his place and now we're breaking shit.
Harrison, what did you do?
If dogs can give looks, and they can bitch, what'd you just say? That's literally what Harrison gives you excuse me?
Hey, Cass, given the level of crazy shit in this house, I'm damn sure he has spares.
I pull out like a dog biscuit from the cabinet. Harrison, what did you just do?
This is his look.
Hey, MK, maybe he'll do it for 2 Scooby snacks.
I grab another treat.
He takes them both in his mouth, and then goes downstairs and lays next to the broken needle and starts chomping on them.
Summon Harrison player.
Guys, I just primed a dog. It's taking the route for us.
Us my ass. That's Cass's problem.
Eventually, Sinclair does come out. He's actually dressed decently. He's wearing a dress shirt, tie, nice slacks, shirt rolled up to his elbows.
So hot. Sinclair's dressed hot.
Okay. Send the quote-unquote hot guy down to his death tube.
Cassidy is very rapidly going back up the stairs and jumping on the couch as though nothing happened.
All right, so I can drive. 'Cause I've got that sedan down in the garage, but it means that we may not have enough room for everybody in that, depending on how many people we're going to go rescue.
Mary Kathleen actually starts counting.
We can worry about that later. We can always have one of us drive this car back.
Arguably, ghosties can take their own car.
True. All right. Does anybody want to go try to wake up Guy?
I value my life way too much.
Fair enough.
I go to see if the door has moved at all with the pile of stuff I leaned against it.
No, it has not moved at all.
Guy's dead. Let's go.
He'd be more useful dead. He's asleep. That's worse.
You know, I don't think anyone's going to notice a change in the smell. Let's just go.
Oh, puppy kitten scratches. So, Sinclair goes, starts the car. And you can tell he is really fucking tired. Who's navigating?
Put on Google Maps. Calculating route.
Alright, everybody in.
I'm really
I'll
sorry for
into the car.
snapping at you and being drunk and being a bitch.
You're fine.
She says as she gets into shoddy because no one called it, and now it's mine.
Are you guys are the ghosties taking the ghost car, or are they getting in the sedan?
We'll just ride the sedan for now.
Okay.
I have the shotgun with me.
Alright. So the ride takes a while, because Sinclair is very skittish about spectral patrols and such. One of the things you guys notice is he seems to be seeing them, or like turning off to avoid them before you would have seen them. There are multiple.
How are you doing that?
Doing what?
You can, like, avoid them better than, Lee can.
What, you mean the specters?
Yeah.
I can hear them.
Oh, that would be it.
There's this look of like regret and sorrow and disappointment on Mary Kathleen.
Okay.
And throughout her little like mind web thingy is, and so the pale horse shall rise.
But
ride,
I don't think the car's white, though.
the ride is more or less quiet, unless there's anybody else making comments. You come up to the property. The way it looks is, unfortunately, I don't have a picture for this. The way it looks is you have a large road, and it peels off into a dirt road from the dirt road, you can see down to the house, and beyond it, the water tower.
Okay, Cass, since we tend not to be noticed by people, do you want to run ahead and see what we can see at the house?
Are you okay, Dahlia?
Sure. That sounds good.
Okay. So you're going to go investigate the house further?
Yeah, basically, are there people standing outside, other cars, kind of get the lay of the land type thing?
There are no other vehicles. Not that you can see. There is very little in the way. You don't sense any kind of pinging. Nobody's using abilities. You do not see anybody at the house from your location. Are you getting closer?
Carefully, yes.
Okay. Are you trying to conceal your approach?
Yes.
Okay. So what I need for you guys to do is both roll, those of you who are approaching, I need you guys to roll me Dex Stealth, and then I need you to roll me Perception Alertness.
Would this qualify for Daredevil?
No.
Figured I'd ask.
Difficulty on both of these is 6. At least it's not a botch.
Yeah.
What is it that you just rolled, Lee?
Stealth first.
Okay. Something we need to actually start labeling what you're doing. So, like, type out what the roll is, and then type the formula. So I know what's going on. Okay, that's a little better.
Sorry, it was perception what?
Alertness. Yeah, Cassidy is not stealthy. It may be the, maybe it's the leopard skin miniskirt, I don't know. Okay. So, what you can see from your position as you get closer, how far do you go in? It's about 100 yards to the house.
For right now, try to get within 50.
Okay. At the 50-yard mark, for your perception rolls, what you guys see, you see the farmhouse, and again the 100 yards back of the water tower. The water tower looks kind of rusted and worn out, but you can see there looks to be like some new there looks to be a new ladder leaned up against it. In the building itself, you don't see much. You do notice there is nobody visible from the exterior. You don't really see much other than an old farmhouse. You think you may be able to see movement inside, but it could have easily been a trick of the light.
Try to get a little bit closer, say 25 yards, and see what we can see.
Okay. You can make your rolls again. Your stealth and your perception rolls. That's a lot better. It's a little bit better on stealth.
Lee has become an observant ninja.
Yes. Oh wait, that's how I'm supposed to do it. Cassidy, you manage to get closer, and you kind of mimic Lee a bit, so you're not as you realize that I need to step like this and this to not be seen. Lee, you see there is definitely a small bit of movement inside. It looks like a kind of like a repeated motion, like somebody's trying to move but they can't quite move. But you are definitely seeing from the shadows of the windows, you can see strange bulges. Like somebody has strapped something to a wall. You can't quite tell what it is because it's very shadowed and kind of far away. You can only really see a silhouette. But you can tell there's something in that house that has been packed against the walls.
Like barrel size something, backpack size something, book bag size something.
Small, cell phone size.
Okay.
That interesting changeover in music there. But we'll go with it.
MK, what do you want to do? Do you want to go in with your meat suit, or I'm thinking about dropping the meat here in the car and manifesting.
Or would you like me to go in closer, MK, and see if we can see what those are?
Get as close as you can without getting caught. If you get too close or if something seems off, retreat back. We'll drop our meat and head towards the house. Quietly and stealthily.
Cass, do you want to stay here and watch my back, and I will go in for a closer look?
Yeah, that might be better.
How close are you gonna get?
I'm gonna try to get within 10 feet of the building.
Okay.
I am going to use a luck to reroll that one.
Okay. You don't see much more than I've already told you. You do see. It looks like you do see fresh tire tracks around the house. Like somebody drove up to it and then drove away.
I'm gonna try to carefully get right up to the building and look in through a window to see if I can see what's going on.
Okay. We're just gonna speed things along a little bit. You managed to get up to the window. You don't have to roll. You managed to get up to a window.
Roger.
You looking into the bottom floor. You do not see anything other than just it looks like an abandoned bottom floor of a farmhouse.
Are there any open windows on the second floor?
There are windows on the second floor. None of them are open. Everything's closed.
Hey, MK, I really hope this works. I'm going to use a spite to activate one of my stains.
Okay.
Spider's bristle, so I can climb up the wall.
How much spite are you using?
How much is it? I think it's what, one just activated?
No, it's 1 point per round. So 1 point per 6 seconds.
Would I be able to go up the wall and inhabit the window in 6 seconds?
You could. Does it say that it automatically allows you to pass climb checks, or do you actually still have to make a roll?
Checking it now. Just states he can climb up walls and other sure surfaces by using the bristles in much the same way a spider does. If he tries carrying another spook, however, no longer adheres.
Okay.
I basically stick to the wall.
I'm going to say it's Spider-Man. In theory, you could climb up there within 6 seconds, yes.
Okay. I'm going to climb up and try to do a 0 level inhabit on the window.
Before you do that, you need to roll for your spite.
Okay. What does that roll in? It's been a while.
It's 1d2 difficulty 6. Or excuse me, 1d10 difficulty 6. You're tapping 1 point. You succeeded, so you did not gain a point of spite. You feel the bristles kind of come out, and you can climb up. You climb up and you inhabit the window.
Yeah. As soon as it happens, I kind of shudder with revulsion as I'm going up. I don't like doing this shit.
You inhabit the window. And you said you were doing a 0 point inhabit? Or are you doing a 1?
Just 0, not trying to modify it at all. Just inhabit and see what I can see.
So you jump into it. Looking inside, you see... Mary Kathleen, how many people are in your family? That would have been living in that house. You see 6 individuals, blindfolded. They are all tied to chairs, duct tape over their mouths. Some of them seem to be not moving. Some of them seem to be trying to wrestle out of some kind of vines around their wrists. And they all have vests with. They all have vests that have flashing red lights on them. And you can definitely see what looks like claymore mines pointed inward at them, like on the straps to the vests.
Can I identify what was on the walls?
Looking around, you see it looks like there are small charges of, it looks like some type of plastique or claymore stuff on the walls.
Would I know, looking through his eyes, what I'm looking at because of my Irish family farm stuff?
It looks like, in fact, actually roll me a perception, it's just perception alertness. Just roll me perception alertness.
On a difficulty 6?
Yes. Yeah, it looks like high explosives. The thing about it is it looks kind of weird. Like that does not look like how you would wire it. It's very inefficient. Whatever person has done this, it's a very inefficient wiring.
By looking at it and seeing it through his eyes, would I know how to disarm it?
No, you'd have to be there. In theory, you could walk him through it, but there would be a much higher chance of it going off.
Okay, I'll tell everyone through the mine thing. I need to get into the 2nd floor of that silo.
It's just a farmhouse.
Okay, I need to get into the 2nd floor of that.
This is a trap.
It is. This is a straight up trap. The question is it designed to trap people or designed to trap ghosts?
We need to leave.
Why do we need to leave? We're right here. We need to fix this.
This is a trap for us.
Yeah. And we knew that coming here.
If we leave, there's a chance they won't hurt them.
These don't seem like the kind of people that go, oh, we'll try again. I have a feeling if they get mad, this is going to be even more messy.
This is the part where I tell you I am going to kill them whether you like it or not. Not your family, the people who hurt them.
That I completely understand. And I haven't dropped the meat yet, so I'm saying all of this like still. Whatever attacked Orpheus could be behind this as well.
Most likely. Or it could be
Probably.
someone else.
But sitting on our hands and sitting on our ass isn't going to do anything.
But
You know,
sacrificing
There are
ourselves.
bounties on your head. I mean, this could be death merchants.
Sacrificing ourselves won't help.
Hey, Cass, go back to the car.
We are all that's left. And
From where the car is
sometimes
parked, would I know the blast radius?
Based off of what they're wearing, it would take out the top floor of that building. Probably take out the whole building, but it would definitely take out the top floor.
Okay.
Are the chargers on the walls physically interconnected, or anything connecting all this stuff, or are they all individual?
They have little blinking things on them. You could, in theory, guess that those are remote detonators. They don't seem to be connected to each other.
something's coming, and we all know it's coming. And we're all that's left to take care of it.
Y'all also have a role to play in this. How far is the nearest one from the window?
So there's one in the window. In theory, you could jump into it if that's what you're going for.
Yep.
You could make that jump.
I slip into it. Can I connect to the other ones through it, or
No,
is it just able to?
The moment you jump into it, you realize what you're inhabiting is a piece of plastic with a red light on it.
You broke up. A piece of plastique or a piece of plastic?
Piece of plastic. You are currently inhabiting a shell of a cell phone with a red light that is attached to a bar of soap that has been duct taped to the wall.
The ones on the wall are fake. How far is the closest person to where we are?
About
The
10-15
captive.
feet.
How difficult would it be for me to jump out of this and into their vest?
You would have to come out and then jump into. It would be two different forms of inhabit.
Okay, I do it.
Okay. The moment you jump into the vest, it's literally half a moment before you realize these are Halloween props. This isn't a bomb.
Do I see anything connected to the door that would prevent them from leaving? Or...
They're tied down, like
Well,
like they can't move. But
if the door was opened,
the door is open slightly. It does not appear to have any kind of locking thing on it. It is slightly ajar, and there doesn't appear to be anything preventing them from leaving, other than being tied to a chair.
I'm going to exit the vest and walk out through the partially open door.
Okay.
Into the hallway. Is there anyone in the hallway?
Nope.
MK, if I'm wrong about this, you can kill me later. I manifest. Full
Okay.
manifest.
Okay.
And
That's a 5-point manifest. Or
or
me a 3
manifest so I can be seen and
Mhm.
physically interact with things. So that's,
Okay.
that's the 3 point.
That's 2 actually.
2 point. Okay, I do so.
Okay.
And I slowly open the door.
You open the door. There's no squeaking. There's no. It feels like this door is new.
Okay. I'm gonna say. You must be the O'Brien family. I work with your daughter. I'm here to help. And go to what appears to be the parents. I assume MK informs me which ones are the parents other than the old ones.
You go up to one of them, or the moment you speak, they're like, "What? Who is that?" When you say that you work for their or with their daughter, they're like, "What? Where is she? Is she all right?"
It's complicated. Let's get you out of here first, then we'll deal with answers.
No,
I'm gonna go.
Don't touch us. Do not touch us.
I know what I'm doing.
No, you don't.
What did they tell you?
They're gonna blow us up. The moment they get one of you, they're going to blow everything up.
Then how am I here and not a crater?
I don't know.
I walk up and unblindfold or untie the. I assume would be the one I assume is her father.
Okay. The moment you physically touch one of them, all hell breaks loose. For those observing outside, the entire top floor goes off. Explosions. Just from the floor. Lee, how many vitality do you have?
8.
Question.
Answer.
Do we have to be not in our meat suit to share vitality?
You do not have to be in your. You do have to be projecting to share vitality. Yes.
I'm gonna spend a vitality to drop the meat.
Okay. You drop the meat.
I will
I
as
am
well.
siphoning everything and anything I can to Lee.
Okay. Well, give it a second. You take 15 lethal. Lee.
That's 3 vitality apiece.
2 vitality apiece. You can choose to soak this.
I'm going to choose to try to soak it. So that's
Roll
just
your
a stamina.
stamina. Yeah, roll your stamina.
Using one of my lucky rerolls for that.
You can't botch. Luckily, you can't botch a soak roll, but okay.
Yeah, it helps.
So you take 13 lethal, and that's 2 vitality per. So that's 30 vitality. Now, keep in mind, you can, like, at the moment you run out, you spend a willpower to get 3 back.
Yeah, and I'm currently maxed on willpower, so let's see here. And I can spend all my willpower, if I remember correctly.
Well, literally what happens is the moment you run out, you spend one, until you're back to 1, until you're back to at least 1 vitality.
Right, I'm just saying there's no ill effects for spending all my temporary willpower to do that.
Other than the fact that you are tired as fuck, there's nothing stopping you from burning all of your willpower if that's what it takes. That's the purpose of spooks having a very high willpower, is it's blast padding, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, if I burn everything, I am 2 short.
Okay.
I
So
give them 2.
Well, hang on. So you are at 8 vitality currently, right?
Yeah.
How many willpower do you have?
7.
What's 7 times 3? 21?
21.
21, and you plus 8 is what?
29.
29. You took...
30.
No, because you got 2 successes. That negates 2.
Okay, yeah, 30 was what you said was the total. So
Yeah, sorry I said that wrong. So that's
13 successes.
times 13 times 2, which is 26. So you're down to 1. No, excuse me. You're down to 3. You have 3 vitality remaining. Okay.
And standing in a crater.
No, you're still on the top floor. The building held together for the most part. Reactions from the crowd.
Fuck.
The moment this happens, or the moment the dust starts to settle, Sinclair begins running towards the farmhouse. There is the bark of a rifle, and you see Sinclair go down.
I get back in my meat. I drive the car to as close to him. Get him. Like, pull so Morgan can get out and grab him.
Okay. Looks like he's winged in the shoulder. It's not a bad hit, but it was enough to knock him down. What does everyone else do? What is everyone else doing?
I am currently out of body. What does it take to manifest so I can grab Sinclair and throw him in the car?
About 2 vitality.
Okay, I do that, grab him, throw him in the car, slam the door shut, and march my happy ass towards the house.
Okay. You're currently out of your body?
Correct.
Okay.
And manifested.
Okay. What is Cassidy doing?
Cassidy is looking up her Stormwinding information to see how much vitality she has to spend, because she's planning on using Stormwinding to
For the
get
record, guys, that shot came from the water tower. Oop, hang on.
Do I know it came from the water tower?
Yeah, everybody knows that shot came from the water tower.
Okay, then I'm walking towards the water tower.
Okay.
I was gonna use my Stormwinding to go over to the water tower where the shot is, but I gotta, I'm not certain where my horrors page is yet to see how much vitality I have to spend for that.
Give me 1 second here.
Ooh, here we go. Wait, I think I found it. About how far am I was in the car still. How far am I from the tower?
You're about, at this point, 150 yards.
150 yards?
Yeah. Because, okay, you had gone back to the car, right? And based off of where, I'm just kind of doing what am I trying to say? A narrative kind of play space here that you're about 150 yards away because Sinclair took off running. He was shot. The car drove up to him, and so if you're still in the car, then you're about 150 yards from the building.
It's still within my obviously it's in my line of sight. A shot just came from there, right?
Yes.
Fuck me. I have to spend 4 vitality. I will spend 4 vitality to...
You know, if you need extra vitality, you can always tap Spite.
No. I'm gonna use the... I'm gonna use the 4 vitality
to, do I have to manifest or anything in order to
Not
use that
to.
horror?
No, not to use Stormwinding.
Oh, thank God. I don't have much left. I'll use my 4 vitality. I'm going to use my Stormwinding to zip to the tower.
Okay.
I'm going to try to be aiming to be right by the shooter.
Okay. You pop up to the tower. Bamf. You bamf to the tower where you see a man who is laying down. He's got a rifle up, and he's pointing straight towards the house. The moment you bamf next to him, pretty much, he definitely reacts and tries to roll over and bring the rifle back around on you. We're kind of doing narrative on this rather than doing initiative because I think that's working a little better for us right now. So, all of you guys are seeing this through her eyes. Yes, ma'am.
Now I feel like I have to manifest because I want to kick the gun away from him. So that's how many vitality would that be then?
To get a physical body to do so, it would be 2. Or, yes, it would be 2 vitality.
I am not going to have a very pretty looking body when I form.
Remember, you can also spend willpower to get more. You can tap spite to get more. So,
I don't want to hear it.
Just saying. I was just saying. But yeah, I'll, how much do I get for spending 1 willpower?
3.
Okay, so I'm going to spend 1 willpower to get 3 back, and then I'm going to spend 2 of that to manifest, and I want to kick the rifle from him.
Okay.
And
what
roll.
You're gonna do then is you're gonna roll Dex Brawl. Remember, you guys can also share vitality between you at line of sight right now. Ooh, nice.
How many vitality are you sitting at, Cassidy?
Yeah, you managed to kick it. You managed to kick the rifle, and he loses control of it. And it goes spinning out of his hands and down to the ground.
At this point, then I'm just
What's everybody else doing right now?
So I was going to burn another point of vitality to automatically manifest. And I'm walking towards the water tower.
Okay.
As soon as I am as close as I can be within a reasonable amount of time, I'm going to wail. I'm going to burn every point of vitality I have. I'm going to spend my willpower. I'm going to tap spite to wail at this water tower.
Okay. You guys know this is what she's doing. One of you is within the target area.
What's the situation where I am?
You're barely holding on to yourself, standing on top of a fallen down farmhouse. Cassidy, what were you gonna do next?
Cassidy is in a severe rage right now, and has her lovely little stiletto heel shoe pressed onto his throat.
Okay. You do know that she's about to come up and wail at him. And that will probably catch you in the crossfire.
But if I leave, I can't be sure that he dies.
No, he's gonna die.
I just collapse where I am.
Okay.
What are the chances I could just kill him now, happily?
If you wanted to try, you may try to kill him.
I'll tell you through the mind thing, Cassidy. Don't deny her this.
Oh, and for Mary Kathleen, it's, Bible quotes of how hell shall reign upon earth and the devil shall rise up and slaughter those who are truly on, like, all of this biblical apocalyptic, I'm about to fuck a bitch up.
So what do we do if there's more than just him?
Pray you get them first.
I had this one first, but fine. Fucking had this one, but fine. I'm gonna pick up the gun. The gun only just flew away from him. It's not off the tower,
No, it's
right?
off the tower. It's on the ground now.
Oh, okay. So it did go completely out of his reach.
Yes, it's completely out of his reach.
All right.
Like, you rolled 3 successes and he rolled 1 to try and resist it. No, it's gone. He is disarmed.
Just making sure. All right. I'm gonna like kick him in the nose. Just one good stomp.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to begrudgingly Stormwind away from death.
Fair enough. Alright. You kick him in the nose. He's suddenly like, his nose is bleeding. He looks like he's literally like so out of sorts because he was not expecting this. You Stormwind away, so spend the vitality.
Yeah, I was going to say, about how much of a distance do I need to put between where I was and where I'm going in order to be at a safe distance?
About 1 or 2 dots, or 1 or 2 points should be enough.
Okay, yeah, I'll just spend 1 vitality and just do the 10 yards away back towards MK, but like to the side of MK, not quite straight at.
Okay. Alright. Is anybody going to try to stop MK?
Does MK have a clear line of sight to get up to the second story?
I'm not going to the second story. I am walking towards the tower.
Okay, I'm going to use my congeal benefit on MK. So for 1 vitality, she can do 4 damage dice.
Okay. Alright. You have a clear line of fire.
For the record, I want to say, I don't like this idea, but I'm going to just sit back and let it happen.
You don't like this idea?
I don't like this idea. I feel like this is... Cassidy just partially is a little bitter. She wasn't going to get to have someone choke on their own blood with her stiletto heel in their throat, but
there will be opportunities. So what you're going to do here is, if it for 2 or more vitality, it's manipulation plus empathy, difficulty 6.
Okay, and what do I do with all of this amount of vitality I'm about to spend?
Basically, okay, so here's the thing about horrors. When you overspend, it doesn't do much. In this case, for 3 vitality, it ignores 1 point of armor. For 4 vitality, it ignores 2 points of armor. 5 is 3 points of armor. So basically, with as much as you have going, it depends on how much you want to throw out there. It means you're ignoring You're basically ignoring armor.
So like 19.
Oh shit.
That would go through the water
Yeah,
tower, wouldn't it?
that's 16. That you're ignoring up to 16 points of armor.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Okay.
And my 4 dice.
I added those. That's why it's 14
Okay.
or 19.
So you're gonna roll manipulation plus empathy difficulty 6.
I'm gonna burn my 2 points of reincarnation for +2 to my dice.
Okay. As you're doing this, you feel voices of the past calling to you, saying, "That's it. They took your family. Now it's time to take everything they have." All of you hear those voices in her head, by the way. Okay.
Cassidy wants to reiterate that she told you so.
He gets to soak. How much vitality did you spend on this?
I spent 1 second. We're not allowed. Human bodies can't burn their last dot of willpower, right?
If you do, you can burn your last dot of willpower. If you do so, what will happen is you will actually you will feel tired. Now, if you are projecting and you burn your last of your vitality, you go right back to your body. And you're basically comatose until you get in for... you're not comatose. You are incredibly tired and cannot project until you have at least 1 point of willpower back.
So I'm burning everything. All of my vitality, all my willpower for 15.
Okay.
And then Morgan gave me a +4 with her congeal, but I don't know if that actually does anything with
That
this.
means that you're adding...
4 to damage.
Yeah, 4 damage dice. So, the reason I'm laughing is because the difficulty for him to resist, or to soak, is vitality spent +3. So on 3 dice, he's got to roll to soak versus difficulty 18. Which unfortunately does not exist on a D10.
As a player, Skittish understands this is completely overkill.
Yes.
But we do everything for story here, guys.
Yeah, everything for story. So, you scream, and as you're screaming, it tears the old wood and steel water tower apart. Just rips it to shreds, and it goes everywhere. He is shredded by your voice. He might have survived if he was not standing on what became shrapnel. As his body is shredded by both your vocal cords and the metal and wood that are coming out to impale him, and he falls to the ground a heap. You can barely tell that this was once a human.
And I go back to my body.
Yep.
Can I throw Vitality at MK?
She's back in her body now, so you really can't. Because the moment that she spent that last bit of her vitality, like the effect went off, and then it pulled her right back. Alright, what do you guys do?
So we're down one person. What exactly is going on inside the house at this point, Lee?
No response. I'm currently in shock and breaking down.
I'll kind of look at the dead body for a minute and then go back to the house to Lee.
You see an exploded house and 6 very dead bodies.
I'll go up to Lee and put my hand on his shoulder.
Kind of trying to push it off. So don't bother. Not worth it.
You were trying to save them.
And again, I killed him.
It's not your fault. I don't blame you.
What I do.
So, MK will go and walk and grab, dig through the rubble that is the water tower, looking for this gun.
You see a sniper rifle, loaded and cocked and ready to be used. It's a little dirty and a little damaged, but you think you could probably fix it back up because it was not caught in the scream.
We're
It
gonna
is
find out where this gun came from.
It is carrying ghost shot ammunition.
I walk back to the car. We need to go.
I'll kind of stand up and zombie follow them to the car.
I swear to you all, we will tear them apart.
We need to go. Sinclair's injured. We need to take care of our injured. And as we're walking past, as Mary Kathleen walks past the farmhouse, she drops her rosary.
Cass, what are you doing?
I'm just following behind and kind of watching MK very closely.
Okay. You have a car and a bleeding Sinclair.
To the Bat Cave!
Okay.
We have 2 people capable of driving the vehicle. Who's driving?
I'll drive, I guess.
I'm gonna try to stabilize, do medical stuff to Sinclair.
Roll.
I'm gonna probe him.
Roll me intelligence medicine.
I will try to assist by giving instruction over the shoulder.
Do I need to make a roll to drive?
No. Okay. You managed to get the bleeding to stop. Like I said, he got hit by a very high caliber round, but it was just like a wing. Like it didn't hit him hard enough to knock him down, but not enough to do any real damage that will basically kill him. As you're working on him, or as you're bandaging him up, using whatever you can, he does wake up. Oh, God, did somebody get the number on that truck? Oh, he hit him
Yeah.
like right here in the shoulder.
Yeah. Looks over at the sniper rifle I took, which is probably covered in debris and blood and guts and gore.
And mud. What the fuck happened?
I push a little harder than necessary.
Ah!
Hell
Like,
happened.
not obvious, like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna hurt you, but, oh, oops, I didn't mean to do that.
The worst possible outcome happened.
I think she might have meant to do that, guys.
Well, all of you are here, so it wasn't the worst possible outcome.
It depends on who you ask.
Again, just a little poke.
Stop!
I'm helping. I'm bandaging you. Do you want to bleed out? Maybe that
Yes.
would be a good thing. Okay, then fine. I start ripping off the band-aids.
Ah!
Hey, MK, why don't you have a seat? You want me to take over?
No, Cassidy, and have this under control.
No, you don't.
So I'm guessing we're on our way back now.
Yes.
Is there some town close to where we were?
There are some, what was I trying to say? There are some suburbs that you go through in order to get back to the city.
Would I be able to find a payphone?
Yeah. This is a world of darkness. Payphones still exist.
Okay. We'll go to a payphone, stop the car. I get out, go to the payphone, and I guess dial 911.
Okay. 911, what's your emergency?
There's been an explosion at, I forgot I never saw the address, but I saw it through somebody.
Yeah.
And I give her the address.
Okay.
And I tell her, I think people have been killed.
We'll have an ambulance out there as soon as we can.
Thank you. And I hang up, and I leave.
Okay. You can hear sirens spin up as you are leaving. It's a 3-hour drive back. Once you arrive back, Sinclair tries to get out of the car, muttering to himself about every time he leaves the house he seems to get hurt these days. And he starts making his way towards the basement.
Hey, I think you should rest. Don't you think you should rest? Maybe you should avoid the basement right now.
The basement is where I have my medical supplies.
I can bring you whatever you need, and then you can go right to resting.
I'm
Maybe
sorry.
better.
I have imposed upon the help of your crucible too much recently, and I should do this on my own.
What if I want to help?
You may observe.
That doesn't sound helpful.
You'd be surprised.
I'm gonna go find an unoccupied room. I
Okay.
assume we still have some in the house.
There's 1 or 2 rooms that are like guest rooms.
I'm gonna go in, inhabit the door lock, and change the tumbler,
Okay.
and lock the door, change the tumbler, and then go to trying to figure out what the fuck just happened.
Has MK gone inside yet?
I grab the sniper rifle and I walk in. And I put this on top of, like, the notes, not the actual book, but on top of the notes I was working on.
Okay.
I'll follow her in with my shotgun. I'll go grab the rest of the whiskey and a glass and hand it to MK.
Not even pausing, just like shoots it all down, puts it down, and looks at the gun. We need to find out where this came from. Who ordered it? I'm assuming the serial number has been eroded and gone from this thing.
There is no serial number.
We will figure it out.
Try tracking the ammo, not the rifle.
Once he gets down to the basement, Sinclair begins to bandage his shoulder, kicks the broken needle out of the way. This is for people who have followed him. If nobody has followed him down, please disregard.
Cassidy did.
Okay.
Cassie went down with him and is just kind of awkwardly standing nearby.
He's working on his shoulder.
I could help.
Alright. In that cabinet, he points to a glass door cabinet. Bring me down vial with the green cap.
My manifestation still holds, right? Or are we in a different
This is a new scene, so you'd have to remanifest.
I need 1 or 2 for that.
For that, you'd only need 1, really, because you have, like, at that point, all your physical stats are considered 1. But you can still do it. Like, it's the whole, you're not fully there, but you can still interact with it.
Oh, good, because I don't have a whole lot of vitality left. So I'm going to spend that and manifest and grab the...
Remember, you can also spend willpower, you can also tap spite.
I have a lot of willpower. But yes.
You can also get your friends who are dynamos to refill you.
I somehow imagine asking MK to be a battery right now isn't exactly the, like...
She's not your only option.
Yeah, she's also not your only option. You have Eardell, you have Morgan, and then you have Lee. They can share vitality as well. Though asking Lee for vitality right now might be a bad thing.
Who needs vitality?
I feel like asking quite a few people for vitality are a bad thing right now. I'm literally at 1.
I will throw 3 vitality to Cass.
Okay. You'll have to manifest out of your body as well.
Okay, I'll go drop the mutant.
It was a 3-hour car ride, so for those of you who get vitality back quick, that means that you've I think Mary Kathleen, you're a dynamo, right?
Yes, sir.
That means you've got 12 vitality now. Because it's 4 per hour with dynamo. Otherwise, it's 1 per hour with a skimmer.
Sadly, I cannot manifest.
You need a willpower.
Your vitality's basically filled up.
Okay, I have my vitality back then.
Okay.
Yeah, I throw 3 to Cassidy, and I throw another 3 to Lee.
Okay. So, and I've manifested with that 1 spent vitality and used grabbed the one with the green cap.
Blue cap.
Blue cap. I grabbed the one with the blue cap, and I handed it to Sinclair.
So he takes out a needle.
Oh, you do have more of those. Nothing. Nothing.
Oh, god damn it. That's better.
What did you just do?
Painkiller. Easier than aspirin.
Did I see where that came from?
It came from a bottle. Cass, did you look at the label?
I did not. I was looking for the colored cap.
Okay. All of you are seeing this through Cass's eyes.
You just casually stab painkiller into yourself?
Have you ever read Sherlock Holmes?
I used to. When I could, turn pages on my own.
You know, casual needle use was a big thing in the Victorian era. Sometimes people fall into those patterns when they need to stay awake or get some sleep or not feel the bullet wound in their shoulder.
If you're gonna use a bullet wound as an excuse, then I guess anyone could just stab themselves with needles, whatever they like.
How do you think pigment got started?
Bunch of pricks with too much time on their hands and too little money spent to be earned.
Pigment doesn't come from men. Or women, for that matter. I don't know exactly how it's made. All I know is that Terrell and Squib have something to do with it. You know, they tried to hire me before Orpheus got to me. It was really tempting until I found out what they did with their ghosts. Yeah. So you know how Orpheus let you guys kind of roam around and do whatever?
Yeah.
Terrell and Squib doesn't. They take people like you, clap them in iron chains, throw them in cages, and take them out to do various jobs, and then pull them back in the cage when they're done. They don't consider ghosts people. Projectors even less so. And now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to bed.
As you should.
He gets up and he starts going upstairs. Halfway up, he turns back to you, Cass. He says, "Are you coming?"
Not to ruin or press my luck. But I'm just making sure I was hearing correctly exactly what is being asked of me. Because I know I don't sleep.
He walks back down the stairs. Walks up to you. Pets your face. So pretty, but so stupid. And turns around and goes right back upstairs.
far up the stairs is he at this point?
He's most of the way up.
Alright. Cass is gonna use storm wending, and he's gonna get her ass up there in front of him.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Did you just touch my face? Did you just marry Kathleen me?
You done been MK'd. He tries to get around you.
She's a ghost. Can't he just go through her?
She's manifested right now.
Ouch.
And in theory, yes, but rude?
My family just died.
That's fair.
And now you're just planning on walking away, just walking around me and walking away, huh?
Unless you want to do something about it.
Oh my god, Cassie, just kiss him or do something. I really just don't want to hear this anymore in my fucking brain.
I feel like you're gonna be hearing a lot worse if I actually do something.
The fucks I give are none. Go fuck his brains out, make him think he is a god. I really don't care. But this high school foreplay, romance bodice knot ripping novel bullshit needs to stop.
I would say tonight would be a bad idea, but she just gave her permission, so one of us should be happy tonight. Well, two.
I don't know. I'm not even alive, so I'm not sure how happy he'll be. But
Hey, he can't knock you up. Go.
This is true.
asking for a friend about how much vitality needs to be spent to have that physical.
Well, as you're manifested right now, theoretically you can do it just fine. Just realize that, like I said, all of your physical stats are at 1. If you want to be fully yourself, you need to spend at least 2 to 3 vitality.
I said all my physical stats are gonna be at 1. I immediately was like, am I gonna have to roll something?
Dexterity.
It's actually depending on what your goal is. It can be Dex expression or stamina expression.
But he thought about these.
Or we could send you some vitality so that, you know, he's not trying to...
We can
play
share vitality. We need to get her laid.
If it stops the arguing in the house, yes. And it also means that he doesn't look up and see, you know, dead you.
This is true.
I mean, I was gonna need to burn willpower for that anyway, because even with being given it, my impulsive ass just used fucking storm wending to go to the top of the stairs, which spent another vitality.
I'll give you 3 more vitality.
And I'll send you 2.
I'll send you none. I'm too busy thinking of a tattoo.
Do you even have vitality to give, Lee?
Yes, because Morgan sent me some, and we recovered a little bit on the drive home.
You guys only get, the ghosts will only respire 1 vitality every 8 hours.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Okay.
we didn't get shit
That's
out
right.
of it.
That's right. She sent me back, Morgan sent me some earlier that I'm not really using. Yeah.
Cassidy is going to manifest a little bit stronger.
Let's get it on.
So he's trying to get past you. Are you going to try and stop him? What are you going to do?
Slam him up against the wall and kiss him. That's what Lee says.
How well did that work last time, MK? Please. Regale us.
She doesn't know we got it waved off.
Oh yeah, that's right. We got scared away by the wedding ring.
Really? You're gonna give her shit right now?
Fuck it. If you don't stop it, maybe I will. If you don't start, I'm going to.
And
Shit.
immediately Cassidy grabs him and kisses him when MK says that.
Fair enough. Kiss. Drags you upstairs. There is a scene. Life-affirming sex. Even though half of you are dead. Say what?
This got violent.
Drag. Fade to black, yes.
Skittish is over here making hand puppet making out.
This is just that.
And the rest of us get really cool point of view virtual reality porn.
The rest of you get to experience what having sex with Sinclair is like through the lens of Cassidy.
Cool. Now I know what it's like to lose your virginity without losing your virginity. Goes back to research.
This is a weird perspective.
Never experienced it in this way before.
How did none of us think of that? This feels like such an inappropriate time for all this.
Probably is.
It really is.
I'm not the biggest asshole in the room anymore.
I don't know. I think it's a perfect time. Somebody literally just lost their family. Shit's serious. Several people almost died. Life-affirming sex.
Actually, yeah, like I think we can. That's pretty much 90s television in a nutshell.
Pretty much.
Everyone copes in their own way, I guess.
Like some of us are going to go throw ourselves into the Necronomicon.
Pretty much. And I think that is a good place to end for tonight. With the Necronomicon and the Sexronomicon and...
And someone gets to catch Guy up when he wakes up.
Yes.
You had a really weird sex dream.
And Cassidy finally got laid.
He's gonna wake up and everyone's gonna be like, the fuck just happened?
Hey chat, every time an alert box goes off, it means that a player gets to have sex.
Wait, but the alerts have turned off.
I like that it was a player, not a character.
Yes. I don't know, I was just making shit up. Alright, so. Did everybody have fun this session?
Some of us more than others.
Yeah.
I mean, I really enjoyed destroying that water tower.
I was about to say. So, alright. Everybody gets 1 XP for showing up. Bravery XP. Everybody gets 2 for that one, because that was an interesting encounter. And we almost lost 1 character.
I tried to get everyone back in case the world went sideways.
Yeah. Role-playing XP. Everybody gets 1 role-playing XP. Nominations for good RP.
MK.
Yeah. MK was great. Just the obvious changeover when shit hit the fan, and just the whole dealing with being drunk with the family's gone, all of that stuff. Everything
Morgan
about
for trying to maintain and comfort an MK.
That's true too.
Poor Morgan. My heart goes out to Morgan. Not as much
She's
as
the-
it goes out to the rest of you, because now, Darth Mary Kathleen.
Darth Mary Kathleen.
Morgan's the closest to a sane party member we have.
And that's saying something.
Yeah.
That the poltergeist is the closest to the sane one. Okay. Any other nominations for good roleplay? Okay. Alright. Learning XP.
Had one. What about for Guy for his wonderful portrayal of sleeping?
Except not. So, Mary Kathleen, what did you learn tonight?
That hell shall open and let loose upon the world, and my enemies shall scream my name with their last breath.
We're on book 2, right?
Yes.
Wait for book 4.
I gotta build up to that.
Okay.
But that's what Mary Kathleen's learned. Mary Kathleen has learned, I don't give a fuck anymore. Like,
Okay.
everything I've ever cared about is gone. Fuck it. The world can burn now.
Fair enough. You have gained your learning XP then. Cassidy, what did you learn?
How good Sinclair is.
That it costs 2 vitality to get laid. No, I think Cassidy learned when to back down because she really wanted, she really wanted to take out that guy, and she had him, but also knew that it was MK's fight and not hers, no matter how much she didn't like what it was gonna do to her.
Okay. That's fair. Gain 1 for that. Morgan, what did you learn?
That I might have to take down Terrell and Spit. And not only that, I've got to deal with MK now. And her baggage is kind of similar to my own, so I'm going to be dealing with a lot shortly.
Fair enough. Alright, gain 1 for that. Lee, what did you learn?
Even when you do everything right and try to do everything the way it should be, things still go catastrophically wrong, and the consequences are dire.
That's fair. Gain 1 for that. Alright. So, that is all the XP I have to give out for this session. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I hope everybody had fun. Chat, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope everything that this game was everything that it's been pimped out to be. Before we go, I do want to go through and say Skittish, Stay Hydrated Bot, let's see, Dahlia, DC, Rose, thank you guys very much for the, hosting. Also, Yadun Sun, Velocibadger, thank you guys very much for the follows. And then finally, Stay Hydrated Bot, thank you for keeping us hydrated with those bits. Thank you guys again very much for joining us. We're going to go through one more time. My name is Evan Bladed Revan, this is your storyteller, and I will be here every Monday for Orpheus. I also every once in a while decide to get on and play some video games just to kind of break up the monotony. Starting back up at the top with Skittish. Can't hear you, Skittish.
It helps when I push the button. It has been a very long day of 3 hours of math. Hi, I'm Skittish Cat. I played Mary Kathleen O'Brien, the bringer of hell. And you can find me here on Mondays nights playing the lovely Orpheus, or on my Twitter account, Skittish Cat, all one word, where you will find wonderful art dedicated to this game.
And then next, going down there, we have Dahlia.
My name is Black Dahlia 42. I play Cassidy, and you can find me here every Monday. And then Tuesday through Saturday, you can find me on my stream playing All Dish Boops.
All Dish Boops.
All Dish Boopy.
Next up is Iredell.
I'm Iredell Bastion, and I play Morgan Flanagan.
And last but not least,
Morfox. I play Lee Blaylock, at least until I finally go kaboom.
all right, guys. Thank you again very much for joining us. I hope you guys have a very, very good evening. And stay tuned, because I'm about to drop a host, and we're going to see who's next on the list of raids. But I hope you guys have a very, very good evening, and I hope to see you next Wednesday. Or, excuse me, next Monday. Why did I say Wednesday? No clue. Alright, good night.